Hey guys, it's Jessica from Peace Love Books, and today I'm here with a recommendation video of books I'm obsessed with. This is one of my favorite videos to film because I just get to chat about books I'm obsessed with. Books that I have been loving recently that I cannot stop talking about. I know I've recommended these in multiple videos, but I'm going to recommend them again because they are amazing. Before we get into the video, I do want to thank the sponsor of this video, who is Avery Maxwell, with her new book, Your Last First Kiss. This one is a single mom, small town, friends to lovers romance, and you hit like all three tropes that I love. And those are three of my absolute favorite tropes. Friends to lovers and second chance are my two favorites. So the fact that this is friends to lovers, she's a single mom and she got out of a really bad marriage and her ex was an alcoholic and she's trying to raise her three sons to be better than what their father was, and so she has no time for dating. Like, she goes to work, she comes home, does the mom thing, and she's exhausted. So she's like, I cannot date right now. Maybe like 10 years down the road, but not right now. But that doesn't stop her from daydreaming about Mr. Wednesday, who is a businessman who comes into her boss's office every Wednesday, and he brings her coffee every Wednesday. He's super nice and they have a friendship, and one day the hero, who is that guy, shows up demanding more from her. And I love a hero who is all in with his heroine, and that is our hero in this book. He is determined to date our heroine and does not care that she has a lot of baggage, doesn't care that she is emotionally not sure if she's ready. He is willing to put it all on the line and go all in with her and move beyond being friends. He has some damage in his life too, but that doesn't stop him from wanting her, and I just love a hero who goes after what he wants, and I love a heroine who is a little hesitant, but the hero is willing to show her that he is serious and put everything on the line for her. And even from the tagline, it says, her life is complicated and he wants it all. Like, that encapsulates this hero perfectly. I just want a hero who knows what he wants and goes after it, and shows the heroine that he wants her and isn't afraid to want the woman he wants. So definitely check out Her Last First Kiss, small town, friends to lovers, single mom, all the amazing tropes. And thank you so much to Avery Maxwell for sponsoring this video. I do feel like including Your Last First Kiss in this video is perfect because small town is my jam right now. And so if you like small town, check this out. But also check out these three other small town romances I have on this video because I am obsessed with everything small town right now, and I have been for a while, and you guys know that, and it's not going away anytime soon. So the first one I want to talk about is Moments in Time by KK Allen. I saw KK Allen this weekend in Chicago and I love her so much, and I actually met her I think in 2018 or 2019, and I put off the series because I wasn't the biggest fan of book one. I gave that one 3 stars. It was cute, but this is book 2. This is a friends to lovers, again with the friends to lovers second chance romance, and our hero works for Camp Bexley, which is what his family owns, and the heroine was his best friend growing up. They were on the verge of something more. They were exploring things together. Something really tragic affects his family, and so he pulls away, and she goes and marries his best friend. The angst and the drama. And so now she's a single mom. She is divorced from his best friend, and she is a dancer. She has her own dance studio, but she can't afford it because her husband, her ex, is like not making it possible for her to be able to afford it on her own. So she turns to dancing, and dancing for parties. And so the hero is at one of those parties with a client, and she is there, and she is masked, but he sees her and he's intrigued, and he slowly realizes who it is, and obviously things go from there. They are reunited and back in each other's lives and have to rehash what happened in the past, and I love this one so much. Oh my gosh, so good. The audio was amazing. I listened to it on Hoopla. I was just so into this the whole time, and it definitely really spicy in the beginning because she's like, you know, a dancer, and he is her client in the beginning, and I just had so much fun with this book and rehashing what happened, and him having to address also the trauma that his family went through. They lost someone, and all of the brothers are affected by that. They all have their own books. I'm so excited. I bought book 3 when I saw her, and I already bought book 4, so I cannot wait to continue the series. This one though, 5-star read, small town, you need to read it. Another small town I will not stop talking about is Beyond the Thistles by, I never can say that word, Beyond the Thistles by Samantha Young. This one also has a lot of suspense, which I loved. We have a woman on the run. She is running away from a scary ex who wants to hurt her because she was involved in something really bad. She had a child very young, so she's a single mom, and she ends up getting help and escaping to the Scottish Highlands. So it's small town in the Scottish Highlands, and she gets to work at this estate that is for rich people to like hide away at, and so she is a maid there, and someone does try to hurt her while she's there, and so the hero's a bodyguard there, and he has had his eye on her. He feels a connection to her, but he's very damaged himself, so he does not want to start anything. He's like, I'm going to save you and protect you because I need to save you. And like, he has that like protective nature where he will do anything to save her, touch her and you die, absolutely. And someone starts coming around and threatening her, and he's like, no way. And then they start a friends with benefits situation because they both are extremely attracted to each other, but nowhere near a place where they want to start an actual relationship. So they start a friends with benefits situation, start falling for each other, and there's lots of suspense in here, which I really loved. So check this out. I'm obsessed. We have the Scottish Highlands. The atmosphere was amazing. 5-star read. I love it. And then the other one, it cannot be in my video without talking about Catherine Cowles, but this is her new release and it has all my favorite tropes. So this is Echoes of You. This one is a friends to lovers romance and romantic suspense. So she left their hometown and they're the friends where they were like always there for one another. They even end up spending nights together just like for protection and comfort. Nothing really moved past that because she came from a very abusive household. And so now she moved to Atlanta to live with a boyfriend who ended up being abusive, and so she gets out of that situation and returns to her hometown, and she has visibly been abused. When the hero sees her bruises, we literally have the "who did this to you" line, which I love in a hero. He has been so protective of her and feels responsible for letting her be in that situation. Obviously it was no one's fault but the abuser, but they both blame themselves, and he will do anything to protect her. And so he takes her back into his life and is like, I'm not letting you go this time, and they start falling for each other. And then of course we have someone who is threatening her, and we have some romantic suspense like always with Catherine's books, but this one was so good. I was freaking out the whole time, and we have an amazing setup for book 3 as well with the sister. The family in here is just amazing. They are all so protective. So we don't only have a "who did this to you" hero, we have a "who did this to you" family. And they are obsessed with protecting her, and I loved it. So if you haven't started the series yet, they actually are on KU. We have Whispers of You and Echoes of You, and book 3 is Glimmers of You coming out in August, but I'm obsessed with this book. I'm obsessed with the series. I'm obsessed with this author, as you guys know, so check this out. Then a new one that recently came out is Charlie Loving Cliches by Ella Mays. This one is just like, I can't stop smiling. I could not stop smiling the entire time I was reading this. This one is an office romance where the heroine works in PR for her dad's company, and he really like abuses her working there. He talks down to her but uses her for everything. So he obviously respects her as a worker but doesn't let her know that and makes her feel like crap. And so she had spent I think like a week in the like years ago at this restaurant where she met up with this guy every day, and they really hit it off. It was like they are perfect for each other. They were giddy to see each other. They could talk about anything and everything. They really knew each other, but something happened where they couldn't be together. It was like right person, wrong time. And so now, years later, they're reunited because he is a new team lead at the office. He is a very successful PR person, and she is on his team, and so they have to work together. They're neighbors, and it's adorable. I love Charlie. She's such a quirky, relatable character and just a little bit clumsy, and I just loved her so much. She was not perfect. She was trying to find a good work balance. She had an adorable dog and would constantly run into our hero since they were neighbors, and things heated up between them. They couldn't stop being around each other, and then like sneaking glances and just like grazes of hands and touches. And like once he started like falling for her, the way his love language is touch, I was obsessed. I love this book so much. I love the hero so much. This book is so good. I really am so happy that Ella Mays is writing again. It's been quite a few years since she's published, but this one just gives you that giddy feeling you get reading any of her books. I think I've not given any of her books less than 4 stars, if not 5 stars, every book I've read by her, so please read this one. Then it should not be a surprise, I have Bittersweet Heart by Helena Hunting on this list. Little Lies was one of my favorite books of the year so far. This is book 2, and this one is an older woman, younger man. She is 29, he is 21. He is a college hockey player. They meet over the summer, have a one-night stand, cannot stop thinking about each other, but go their separate ways, and now he walks into this first day of creative writing, and she is his professor. And now she is horrified. She is like, I cannot believe this is happening. I didn't know you were that young. And she's like, no. He is so mature for his age though. Like, he is so dedicated to his future and his career as a hockey player. And he's like, if this were literally 6 months from now, I would be a 7-figure hockey player and no one would care that we're together. But because it is this time, it's again kind of right person, wrong time situation, but they can't stay away from each other. They keep on running into each other. He lives down the street and he sees her ex, who refuses to divorce her, refuses to sign the papers, continuously coming around. We have a little bit of suspense in that aspect, but I loved them. I loved the hero. He was just so caring for the heroine and obsessed with making her happy and wanting to make sure she was okay with everything, and they could not stay away from each other. And I loved how she was just like, why am I in love with him? It is just like they could not help falling in love, and I really love that about this book. Huge smile on my face the whole time I was reading it too. His family's adorable. The situations with his parents are so funny, and I love his family and how we see the couple from the previous book and all of his friends, and it was just really good. And we get hockey too, which I love because he's a hockey player, so definitely read this if you haven't yet. And the last one is one that I'm one of the people who 100% is agreeing with the hype, and that is going to be Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. I finished this today. I could not stop thinking about this book. I stayed up way past my bedtime both last night and the night before, finishing this 500-page book, even though I think like the ebook is 600 pages. This one was long, but it is a dragon rider fantasy romance, and I was obsessed. It's enemies to lovers, but the enemies part doesn't last too long. He is the son of someone that her mother murdered because he was considered a traitor to their government, and so the hero and a bunch of other people who are children of all the traitors have to enter into the dragon school, where a lot of people die. A ton of people who go through the training to become a dragon rider end up dying, and like die like literally on the first trial, all the way through until even after you've bonded with a dragon. It's intended to weed out the weak, and the heroine is really small for her age. She has this condition where she is constantly in pain. Her ligaments and joints are very weak. She breaks and sprains things very, very easily and takes a long time to recover, and she was supposed to be a scribe, so she's much more into like the history of things, and she's very intelligent, and she's not necessarily like strong physically, but her mom is forcing her to join the school because her sister and her brother were really amazing dragon riders, and so she's pressured to do that, so she does. And I love the friendships in here. I loved the romance in here. I love the action in here. I love the dragons in here. Everything in here I was obsessed with. I could not stop reading. I loved it. A lot of people have been mad that this reads very YA, but it is new adult, and like she's like 20, so like think about how 20-year-olds act. They're not gonna know it all. There are going to be mistakes being made. It's gonna read similar to young adult, so I did not mind the fact that this read more young than like an adult fantasy would. I did not mind that at all. I was obsessed with the romance. Like anytime they looked at each other, I was giddy, and like I'm like, get together already. I know you like each other, and I did not mind that we knew the hero liked her. I loved it, and so everything about this one I absolutely loved. I know not everybody's been loving it, but it is being super hyped, and I'm someone who agrees with that hype. It was so good. I could not put it down at the end. I'm still thinking about it. I'm like, I have not read a book in a while that I was just like, I cannot put this down, and I can't stop thinking about picking it up again. I was reading during work. Like I was like, anytime I had a free moment, I'm like, okay, I need to get back into this because I need to know what happens next. I loved it. I loved the dragons characters. I loved so many reveals in here. It was amazing. Obsessed. Cannot wait for book 2. And those are the books that I'm currently obsessed with. Let me know what books you're obsessed with recently, or if you've read these, let me know your thoughts on them. And that's all I have. Again, thank you so much to Avery Maxwell for sponsoring this video. Make sure you check out Your Last First Kiss, which is a friends to lovers, single mom, and small town romance. Literally all the tropes I'm obsessed with right now. Make sure you check it out. And that's all I have. As always, thank you so much for watching, and have a good day. Bye.